and we like create a submission move or all that. What is the plan for like 2011? Stuff that you want to
improve on? I can't tell you guys that. Let's play some surprises, man. Like, can't let the cat out of the bag already. I want you guys focused on 2010, enjoying that. I will say that, I'm always thinking. I'm always thinking of new cool stuff to add, and not just myself, but everyone else on the team. So it is going to be, it's going to be a hard task trying to top what we've done for this year's game, but it's something that I look forward to doing.
Now, when you guys are thinking of, enhancements to make for the new additions, like you were talking about, it's going to be really difficult to top what you've done this year in 2011. I mean, do you think of some enhancements and say, okay, let's hold off on this one until next year, or do you not hold back? How does the the whole brainstorming, I guess, process work?
We never hold back. It's funny, like if you guys could see, could have seen what was originally planned for the title. We always, overthink everything, and we want to include everything but the kitchen sink. No, screw that. We want to include the kitchen sink too. But it always comes down to time where it's like, okay, this looks really great on paper, but this is like 2 years worth of content we can't possibly do in 1 year. So then we always come down to the point where the worst part of the job, where you have to make those tough decisions, and you have to kind of say, okay, what are we going to do this year, and what are we going to hold off for, any other subsequent title, which is always hard to do with all the designers because everybody's, got their favorite, new modes and ideas and things they want to do. But at the same time, it helps us as we're getting ready for that, eventual next title, because we always have just a wealth of things to fall back on, things that, we wanted to include in 1 year's game, but for whatever reason, mostly due to time, because like I said, we only have roughly about 9 to 10 months to make these titles. We just have to kind of hold back on some things, but we try to include as much stuff as possible.
Do you guys ever get like Vince's thoughts or Vince's input on the game? What do you ever get an idea of what he thinks about it? I mean, it's an awesome game. I'm sure he would agree too. But any personal thoughts ever come from Vince?
I don't think so. I think Vince is Vince. He's like at the top, and he'll whatever kind of feedback or comments he has to say, he'll communicate to someone else, and then they'll communicate to someone else, and then it'll come to us. But I'm sure he's got to be happy with the amount of dough that it brings in to me. I mean, and especially now with the game getting the reviews that it's getting, it only makes the WWE look that much better and everything. So it's a great companion piece to their programming, is to have a kick-ass game that that people can buy and can keep their WWE universe going.
Definitely.
Is the from last year you guys featured the hot tag? Is that still featured prominently in this game?
Yeah. The hot tag from in the tag team match is still in. We cleaned up the HUD, so just in general, since like we don't have a lot of the on-screen prompts anymore, we wanted to streamline all that and make just kind of have the presentation mirror or adhere to a bit more on the presentation side of what you actually see in WWE programming. But yeah, the hot tag is still in. And speaking of tag teams, like we've added, what is it, like 35 new double team moves, which is really cool. Which is those double team moves were actually speaking of something that things that were not able to get in from one game to the next. Those moves were actually created and meant to be included in last year's game with our new tag team redesign. But because of reasons of time, we had to hold off for this year's game. But they're really cool. We pretty much completely updated our double team moveset. It's really cool stuff.
Okay. Another question from the chat room. They want to know if possible, there's just a suggestion for a couple matches for next year or the year after, ambulance match or the casket match.
Oh, well, the ambulance match, this is a great plug for the DS. The ambulance match is actually an exclusive match that's available in the DS version of SmackDown vs. Raw 2010.
Okay.
It's really the DS game this year is fun also. It's really, really fun. It's more similar to what you would find on the the console side. So it's all button based, not really using the stylus a whole lot. So yeah, if you want the Ambulance match, I suggest picking that title up. It's really cool.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just sitting back here now. You guys can ask him. I'm just thinking about the him hooking us up with some.
I'm just ready to play the game at this point. I mean, I've heard all the enhancements and all the improvements. Because I mean, 09 was sweet, man. I mean, like I said, I was just playing it this weekend, and I was like, man, can it get even better in 2010? And just from here, Brian talk about it. I mean, he making me want to run to the Walmart or something right now and go buy it. So
do it.
I don't think he's mad at you for wanting to do that.
Right? Yeah, I don't think he would be. It sounds like a really really cool game. I heard you talking about the Miz being disgruntled about his overall rating. Did you get any of that from any of the other wrestlers?
No, everyone else was pretty happy with where they were. He was the only one that was a little perturbed by that. But he's going to be okay. Those guys, making it into the game is a big deal for those guys. They get a nice chunk of change for being in the game, so shouldn't feel too bad about it. I'm sure once he gets residuals, he's not going to be thinking about what his overall was.
Dang.
Right. Now, does he have the lowest rating on the game? Is that why he's complaining?
No, he doesn't have the lowest rating. I think Maria has the lowest rating. But
the lowest points must not be on the game then.
Yeah. No, he's on par with Beth Phoenix.
Yeah,
the Glamour Zone.
That was his gripe, that he was on the same level as the female wrestler Beth Phoenix.
Well, I don't know.
That's nice, bro.
We've got John from the chat room. He wants to know if the Rage in the Cage match is available on the game.
What was the question?
If there's a Rage in the Cage match available in the game.
Rage in the Cage match. Well, we have a cage match, of course. And I guess if you get enough people in there, you can definitely get some rage going on. But yeah, sure. Rage.
I think he was thrown out of.
I don't know. Maybe that was a name suggestion for a later version. I don't know. Maybe I'm pretty sure the WWE will turn next year's Survivor Series into Rage in the Cage.
Yeah. You never know. Yeah, you guys you just have time for one more question if you have it. I hate to go off, but I got to get back downstairs. I have a meeting I got to get ready for.
Yes.
All right.
Well, what is one thing that we've got the SmackDown versus Raw listeners? What's one thing they need to know right before they go run out and pick up this game?
Oh man, all you need to know is that I know times are tough. There's a recession going on, and I just want you guys, anyone out there who's interested, like this year's game, it is definitely worth the money. For your entertainment dollars. There's nothing better than plucking down that $50-60 on SmackDown versus Raw 2010. It'll last you for years and years to come, or until at least the next game comes out.
Or that, yes. All right,
Brian. We definitely thank you for stopping by and chatting with us about SmackDown versus Raw 2010, man.
No, I'm glad you guys had me on, man. This is really fun.
Yes, we're coming back anytime.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be in touch with you guys, man.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right.